Speaking Human.
This week on Speaking Human, it's all video, all the time. We watch as Snoop Dogg hawks Hot Pockets, Goldblum grumbles about the glories of PayPal, and Felix Baumgartner's extreme space jump burns up YouTube on the wings of Red Bull.
Speaking Human.
Welcome to Speaking Human, the official podcast of Monsters Unlimited. I'm Shad Conley, a slightly less entertaining alternative to a dancing Hot Pocket.
And I'm Patrick Jebber, and I use PayPal because The Fly told me to.
That's the Jeff Goldblum fly, for those of you who didn't get that. All right, welcome to the podcast, friends. For those of you who haven't listened before, we kick off by taking on the latest mortal marketing news, then unleash the fury of our superhuman review. In this week's review, we down a ton of Red Bull and take a supersonic freefall from the edge of space. Extreme! So let's get into it. Mortal marketing news! All right, Patrick, so this week in our Mortal Marketing News and with our featured review, we're doing something a little different where it's all focusing on video. Mostly online videos, some with celebrities, some teaser trailers, some with daredevils falling from outer space. So our first one we're going to talk about is the new teaser trailer that just came out this past week for Windows 8. Oh, I know, it's pretty exciting. This was released online and it also aired on TV. I think they played it during The Voice and some other pretty popular shows. Did you have a chance to watch this teaser trailer for Windows 8, Patrick?
I hope so. It's a podcast where we should be preparing. But yes, I did have a chance to see it.
It should be.
Yes, I totally come in, I do my 2 minutes worth of airtime, and then I'm out. I'm like a celebrity.
Well, you know, it'd be a lot easier if you didn't watch, because then I could do that whole intro, say that, and then you'd be like, nah, I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it. Let's skip over that one. I'm totally interested in Windows, to be honest with you. I hope it improves. I hope it makes the lives of PC users easier. I hope it changes the world. Seriously.
Well, it is supposed to be the most radical redesign in recent memory. You know, all criticism of Windows aside, of which there is a lot. What did you think of the trailer itself, the actual video?
You know, it's quick. It's only like 30 seconds, and it's very fast. I see that they've put a lot of emphasis on the mobile version of Windows 8.
Yeah, the touchscreen capabilities, sort of.
Right. I mean, and that plays to their new Surface device. I did notice in the commercials that they were focusing a lot on that.
And a lot of the online community sort of complaints about the video were the fact that you don't really see anything about Windows 8 other than people flipping through things on a touchscreen. So you don't necessarily get, they're saying this is radically different and a drastic improvement, but you're not really seeing this from this trailer. Granted, it's supposed to be just a teaser to get you sort of more interested in the coming product, but
it's strange that companies find it better to not show anything about the product itself.
This video made me think of the MTV era came in where they just flashed these random shots. In this you're seeing some of Windows 8, then they're like flashing to a dog and then a rocket taking off, and it's like, what? I thought this video was actually pretty terrible. I know it's just a 30-second teaser.
It could be better. For sure. Windows and Microsoft is struggling to be innovative again, but I don't feel like the commercial really does that innovation justice, if that innovation is even there. I mean, I'm assuming it is. They say that it's completely a departure from everything that's been done before, which is nice, and I give them props for that. I haven't seen it other than just some minor videos like this.
I think it's got to be better. The past Windows hasn't looked like much of a change to the user. It all kind of seems the same. So I'm sure it's better too. I just think this is one of those videos. It looks like something somebody threw together that wasn't really well thought out, or it's not really getting anything across in particular.
We're strictly talking about the video. It leaves a lot to be desired.
Doesn't make me burn with excitement for Windows 8.
Burn.
Yeah, and I think it's a good place to leave it. Not much more to say about it. That being said, let's move on to our next video, which is part of a campaign from Volkswagen. And I actually first saw this video because you had sent out a link to me, some coworkers. Patrick, do you want to explain the video and the campaign?
The name of the campaign is It's Not the Miles, It's How You Live Them. It's the Volkswagen Smiles commercial. The video itself is just a bunch of people laughing. Babies, elderly people. Just short clips of these people laughing. It does what great commercials do. This one makes that emotional connection with the viewer. When done right, these great commercials, I think, transcend the normal humdrum of the television universe.
Anytime you use the word transcend, you're saying something important, right? I agree with you completely, though. I think it's a great commercial. I think Volkswagen in general does this fantastic job. And this is just another example. You talk about what that Windows 8 video was sort of lacking. In 30 seconds, you get nothing. In this one, in 30 seconds, you get so much.
Yeah.
It's just people and actual videos, but yet somehow they tie it together with Volkswagen, with their whole campaign and the theme of it. It really works.
I smiled when I first saw this commercial. I mean, in the first 5 seconds, I paused the commercial and I called my wife in and said, "You have to watch this commercial." To see people's emotions like that, especially laughter, is so powerful.
It is, and especially I personally love those moments where they just show people laughing so hard. You have no idea what they're laughing about, but when you're just like fall over laughing, or you almost can't control your body laughing.
Yeah, it reminds me of like when we're watching a movie and my wife always says, "Your laughter is infectious. It infects everybody around you." And that's what this commercial does. You don't even have to know what they're laughing about to really appreciate it.
A genuine viral video that does the job, reaches people, and also sort of hawks the product in the process very indirectly. I mean, obviously this one's not even about cars or vehicles. A+ on this one. Obviously Volkswagen, people laughing, segues beautifully into our next video, which is Snoop Dogg selling Hot Pockets. This is one of those very strange celebrity pairings for a very strange commercial. But in this new video, it's basically Snoop Dogg, who has a song called Drop It Like It's Hot, and he's kind of altered that for this weird video to be Pocket Like It's Hot. Did you have a chance to check out this video?
Unfortunately, yes, I did see this video.
And what did you think about this video?
It's really sad and depressing.
This is bizarre, right? This video is just, and the things that, there's a dancing Hot Pocket.
I hope it increases sales for Hot Pockets because it is hard to watch.
It draws attention to the brand because it's just weird. It's not weird in a good way. It's mostly just stupid. Faux shizzle is turned into faux sizzle. I thought it was awful. I thought it was senseless. And the kind of thing that makes me wonder, they get these celebrities to endorse products. Does it help the product at all? Is this helping the brand, or is this helping them sell more Hot Pockets?
I gotta tell you, it doesn't make any sense. Somebody in their marketing team said, this is going to appeal to your target demographic, which apparently is people who either like Snoop Dogg or like dancing Hot Pockets and women standing under raining pepperoni.
I don't know either. I just know this is horrible. It's an atrocity. It's a sad day for Snoop, and it's a sad day for the Hot Pocket. I'm like the old commercials where it was like, what are you gonna pick? Hot Pocket.
Sometimes it's the old jingles that really work. They stick with you.
I'll remember that. I immediately erased this from my memory.
I gotta tell you, a few of the scenes are actually kind of gross. Like the one woman eating the Hot Pocket, really slow motion towards the end. It's gross, man.
You don't like that?
It doesn't even look appetizing.
What about the dancing Hot Pocket?
The dancing Hot Pocket's pretty amusing because the whole video is sort of sad and depressing. So you're looking for any form of reassurance that you can go on living.
That's a good description though, because don't you kind of watch it and not feel good?
Yeah.
Like it's dirty?
I feel like dirty and gross. I want to take a shower.
You want to get clean, but you can't ever again. So anyway, all in all, pretty horrible. So moving on from one terrible celebrity endorsement to another. We've got PayPal taps Goldblum for their first ever national marketing campaign, promoting themselves to customers, and the spokesperson they chose to tie themselves to for their first ever marketing campaign, Jeff Goldblum. What do you think about that choice, Patrick?
I really like Jeff Goldblum. I gotta say, I don't think I'm the only one. He's got 23,778 likes on Facebook as of today. But in general, I think he seems like it would be a cool guy in real life. Would you? You don't agree with me, though, I could tell.
No, I don't agree with you at all. It's funny, and I think it is all based on how much you like Jeff Goldblum as an actor and, perceived personality or whatever. He seems totally lost, and I don't know if that's just his persona or that's my perception of him.
And I thought the complete opposite. This is
I
where
know.
we diverge here, Shad.
Goldblum is the ultimate divider of human.
We were friends once, and then you told me you hated Jeff Goldblum.
Mumbling and
Yeah,
this
that's
is the guy you choose? I think if you ask Goldblum, he'd be like, I don't know what PayPal is.
Oh, PayPal? I thought that was some guy that was going to come to my house and help me pay for things.
Well, you think that works here?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. Like, if you take a celebrity of his age and stature, there aren't too many that don't have some sort of negative ties to them. Like, Jeff Goldblum's never been in, like, any major crisis.
I feel like there's better choices than a stammering idiot.
Oh, man. You really don't like him.
No, I'm not a fan. What about Mel Gibson? That guy's clean as a whistle. I don't know. I don't feel like he is a clear communicator either. He's not somebody I'd be like, we should get that guy for a commercial because he really gets the brand across.
His black rim glasses don't do it for you. You know, it makes him look intelligent and sophisticated, like all PayPal users.
It would have been better if he did the commercial as The Fly. That would have appealed more to me than this commercial.
They've been like, this is better than a Snoop Dogg commercial.
It is better than a Snoop Dogg commercial, but I don't know if that's saying very much.
PayPal is going to either plummet or go through the roof, and one of us will tell the other one, I told you so.
So there you go. That's two different takes on the same campaign. One positive, one negative. We go into another video, but this video is Superhuman Review.
And now it's time for our featured
Review.
All right. And this week in the Superhuman Review, we're talking about something that was just a huge, massive story in the online and even in the traditional news world, which is the energy drink sponsored supersonic space jump that shattered YouTube records. I'm talking about, in case you don't know this guy's name yet, it's Felix Baumgartner, who is an Austrian diver, who might be the most famous Austrian now, with Schwarzenegger taking a back seat. After what he did was basically he jumped off a platform from space, free falling to the earth, and landed safely. Even though they said it's crazy, he could burn up, his blood could boil, he was breaking the sound barrier. Throw out some quick numbers at you here. He leaped from an altitude of 128,000 feet, or 24 miles. They say the inner edge of outer space, and he was traveling at 884 miles per hour, which is, pretty unbelievable, hurtling towards Earth, unsure what's going to happen to him, and he managed to land, okay, with help from his sponsor, Red Bull. They say at peak there were more than 8 million concurrent live streams on YouTube. Ton of people watching. I mean, you're talking like TV audiences. Did you have a chance to check out the space jump?
Well, I actually watched it that evening. It was earlier in the day. I hadn't even heard about it, and my wife actually brought it up on her computer. She said, have you seen this? And I said, no, what is this? And she said, this guy is the first guy to break the sound barrier. And I said, what? So she pulled it up, and this guy falling from space. I'm like, that's insane! This comes off the heels of me actually taking my very first flying lessons. So I could tell you that by itself is nerve-wracking. Jumping out of space and falling to the earth has got to be pretty nerve-wracking.
I feel like this was one of those things. I kind of was the same way you were. I heard about it like a week before it happened, roughly, and it was one of those things I was like, how have I not heard about this? It just sounded crazy. This random daredevil is just jumping from space and he could burn alive. What are your thoughts on the stunt itself?
I would say amazing, awesome, absolutely awe-inspiring. All those A words.
A lot of A words.
That's how I feel about this news story. It definitely goes down in the history books.
You know what else I think about? Who I feel bad for is Evel Knievel, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
jump over stuff. I feel like any other daredevil thing anybody's ever done is now kind of put to shame. You know what I mean? Nothing is special about it. This guy jumped from space.
Oh, yeah. You jumped over some cars with your motorbike? Yeah. Well, I jumped from space. What you did is pretty cool.
What a risk you took jumping over those school buses. So anyway, yeah, I mean, just a totally amazing feat and the best stunt ever attempted.
It had to have been a great payoff for Red Bull.
Oh yeah, it's a real tie-in, with the Red Bull marketing too. They've sponsored, I think, some kind of stunts in the past, nothing to this extreme, but it definitely ties in, with their sort of extreme Red Bull gives you wings. This guy flew through space.
It literally gave him wings. I noticed that their YouTube likes on that video are almost 21 million.
Which is crazy.
In such a short amount of time. I mean, it was put up like 4 days ago.
You're talking about 24 million people watch a TV show that's like a hit show.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, is this move to online video replacing TV in some way? Because this whole major news event, I mean, it's something that's never been done before.
Even if it was on the news and it hadn't even stemmed from an online source, that everybody would be going there to see it later.
Yeah.
Because everybody's been talking about it.
So what do you think about the publicity Red Bull got out of this? Obviously got a lot of publicity out of it when you're talking about 20 million views. And, Red Bull was kind of all over this as their sponsorship, their logo, and everything like that. So what do you think the benefits are for them? Do you think they're going to see something out of that?
This is just my perception, is that they're really making an effort to increase Red Bull's brand perception. And because last week they announced the new flavors of Red Bull, right, which is big news. There's a lot of people saying that that's going to take Red Bull into the stratosphere and outer space, maybe.
Nice tie-in.
They couldn't have asked for a better stunt.
It's kind of even amazing that, with all the risks involved, that they were willing to get behind it. What happens if this guy bursts into flames? I don't know if that could even happen. I don't know if that's possible, but what if, they're showing this video live on YouTube and you see the Red Bull logo burning?
Yeah, that wouldn't be good, would it?
But, in the end, it paid off, and I think it's a huge publicity push. I mean, we're sitting here talking about them right now. I mean, I think it might even be one of those things that takes Red Bull brand and just pushes the recognition up that much. I mean, because you're talking worldwide, people seeing this video, seeing the Red Bull name. Monster's the other big one, but I think my mind would immediately first go to Red Bull.
Yeah. Well, they've done a good job of branding it.
Think back to, do you remember those old Red Bull commercials that were like weird cartoons?
Yes, with the wings and the...
Yeah, they were horrible. I just didn't think it reflected the brand at all. There's a lot of cool stuff you can kind of do with your marketing. I mean, this is a prime example of that, something really outside the box that just grabs attention. I would just make a bunch of commercials of this guy flying through space. So the final aspect we'll talk about this, we've talked about this before because it's kind of just what happens in the online world now is, with this major online event happens, this major video that everybody watches, so then of course, the next phase is in come the parody videos, which there have been a lot. Have you seen any of these?
Yeah, I saw the one that was on Conan.
Yeah, which I thought was the funniest one. For those listening who didn't see this, they had somebody from Slim Jim took the world's shortest free fall, which was about 4 inches, I think. Oh yeah, Team Coco billed the event as 4 inches of pure excitement.
I love them.
Which is pretty funny, and it does go along with that kind of funny marketing that Slim Jim does.
And they did a great job of playing off of the opposite of the excitement of dropping through space. But the parody videos are great.
I think it's a good idea, especially, you're taking something timely. If you're making an online video, do something good like the shortest free fall if it's actually funny. The key is, if you're going to do your parody video, make it a good one. What do you think? What's the final verdict here?
For Red Bull and the supersonic space jump.
I like that. I don't know what it means, but I like supersonic space jump.
I'd give them 5 humans for this one, I think. I've not given 5 humans in a while, and by a while I mean 4 episodes. Because I think they did a really great job pulling this off. Obviously, there had to be a lot of things that went right for it to work, but it's as viral can be.
Unlike our thoughts on Goldblum, I think we're pretty much in sync on this one. I also went for the supersonic space jump. I'm also going to go 5 humans on it. It's just one of those things. It's like the perfect storm. They went big, they attempted something crazy and just totally pulled it off. Good for Baumgartner, good for Red Bull. Pretty amazing stunt, great publicity. One of those things, you got the parodies now. You're going to have echoes of this across the web for weeks or months to come. Well done. Kudos to you.
Well done, Red Bull. Well done. And well done to the man who actually jumped. Because Felix is the real winner here. Yeah, I think if you really want to outdo this guy, you'll set some rings of fire hurtling through the sky, and he'll have to jump through them while he's jumping out of space.
That would be amazing. I don't really understand any of the science or anything beyond this. Can he control where he's moving when he's falling 800 miles an hour?
To a certain extent, like, I think when he gets to a certain point, he can. I guess, and I did not see this in the video, but I guess there are certain points of his free fall that he was tumbling out of control.
Yeah, I remember hearing that too.
That by itself is pretty scary, but I know he pulled his chute a lot earlier than I thought he would, but he was jumping from outer space, so I'm not going to judge him for that. Like, man, that guy pulled his chute way too early.
It was a great jump up until that early chute pull, and then you blew it, Baumgartner.
All right. That's it for this week. You can listen to our current and past episodes of Speaking Human podcast at thinkmonsters.com/Speaking Human. You can also find the Speaking Human podcast in the iTunes store.
That's right. So go there and check it out.
You can also send us an email with any feedback, questions, or suggestions of topics you'd like us to discuss on the show at ideas@thinkmonsters.com.
We'll be back. More marketing chatter. Catch you then, humans. Thank you, Mr. Schwarzenegger.
Speaking Human.